Hey folks, Toaster here. I have a game that Combat Ineffective had in his Hetzer. He really likes it. It looks like he's got the derp gun on it. I have not watched this replay yet, so we're going to watch it together for the first time. But anyway, it is an ace tanker, and I did play through the Hetzer. I didn't like it, but a lot of people say it's a very good TD. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm sorry if you guys can hear my computer fans. Hopefully they'll kind of calm down here. But anyway, nevertheless, looks like he's bottom tier here. So the nice thing about the derp gun is, of course, being bottom tier, it doesn't really matter because you can still get damage. But the shell velocity on this is pretty tragic. And the view range, even with binos and a decent crew, is not very good. And so that's part of the reason I didn't like the Hetzer personally, because I am used to American tanks, and like the T-67 can spot for itself. It's super sneaky. It's got no armor, and it's fairly fast, whereas the Hetzer's rather slow. So looks like not a whole bunch of action to start here. But just kind of checking positions. I might have blind fired some of this stuff. So I don't know if you guys know, but Combat Ineffective is my twin brother. We grew up together, so you know, I say things about him that I wouldn't say about other people. I am more critical of him, and he's kind of okay with it because he knows that I'm just trying to use teaching moments. But you guys send a replay, and I'm not going to be hard on you, but I would like to get some replays from viewers because I think it'd be fun to show their replays. And especially if you get an ace tanker, you can send it. They'll put a link down below to my email address, and you guys are more than welcome to send me some replays. So that's pretty perfect. A leopard out in the open. I don't know if he has Sixth Sense on this crew, because you would think that would have got him lit, but maybe not. We'll see. So once they cross, it may start getting a little more action packed. It's a good blind shot. I would have fired there too. So because once somebody crosses and makes it up that hill, oftentimes that gives other people the onus to go ahead and cross, but we'll see. It looks like they've got quite a bit over in the A1 corner as usual. So Combat's just moving up. I think he's probably moving up to support that Loza's M4. That's probably what I would do at this point in his tank. Not much to say. So that M4A2 should really see that he's got help and back off, but you know, it's low tiers. A lot of people don't look at the map very much, so we'll see. So Combat is repositioning because he's not getting any shots, and that's probably a smart thing. He is a tier 4 and a tier 6, but he's got a gun that will damage stuff, so you know, that's the upside to the Hetzer. So it looks like he is using bushes, and I've never used this spot before, but that just about looped in like artillery. So it doesn't look like it carries a lot of rounds to me. I didn't look at how many he had originally, but I think he's only fired 4 or 5 shots, and he's down to 17 rounds. So alright, maybe he's lining up on this M6. But the aim time's pretty tragic on this thing. There we go. Nice kill. So he's got 192 damage, 1 kill. Hopefully things pick up a little bit because so far that's not that much damage. A little snapshot gets the STZ. And so now he's in a kind of a poor position, in my opinion, just because, but an IKV. That IKV, oh, he does have 6 cents. Okay. And, you know, the blame game keeps going on. Oh, this guy thinks he's gonna flank. That's not wise. Yep. So those IKVs have no armor. Excellent. Well, that's a kill on a tier 6 heavy. So that's incredible. Oh, he's up to 700 damage and 500 spotting. Of course, his arties have a little bit of motivation to help him out there. So the other thing is this thing only has 270 health, and that is very low. You know, he did bounce one shot, and it does have pretty good sloped armor, but he got very lucky to bounce that M6. That M6 should pin him all day long. It's possible that they hit the gun mantlet or a sloped portion of the gun mantlet and it bounced. I don't know. Also, if you turn at extreme angles, if they hit your front, there's auto bounce angles, and there's auto bounce angles on the sides too that you see sloped. So this is a dangerous proposition because he's got very little view range. And, oh my. An arty, that's perfect. Okay, he gets into arty cover. That's exactly what he should do. And, that's gonna probably freeze the other arty. And also, maybe, there's only tier 4s left, so that Martyr... That Matilda, not for sure, but the Martyr maybe, because the Martyr really does not have good armor. The Matilda's got decent armor, but he, and there's the Martyr. So good on that arty for actually repositioning. Unfortunately, combat was headed towards their cap, So that Martyr, I would think, is dead. I mean, there's 2 arties there and a Valentine. That Valentine has decent armor. Yep, there we go. I mean, as far as a tier 4 goes, it's got decent armor. It's not Matilda levels or anything. I have the Matilda. If you're looking for a good low tier tank to play, the Matilda is a great tank. It's got really good base pen, I think 110 or something like that, and it's got a pew-pew gun that fires every 2 seconds, and it's got 75 millimeters of armor all the way around. But the thing, here we go, there's an arty. Nice, that's a Scoochies there, and that's a Top Gun as well. How did those arties die? I wasn't paying attention. But how did they die? I don't get it. So, and why is he pushing forward? I guess tier 4, that's why. And so Combat's trying to communicate with his team. Tell him to wait to reset, but apparently and this I know is a win because I've seen the after action report. So how does he win this? He's not fast enough to get back. I don't understand. Anyway, the Matilda has 75 millimeters of armor all the way around, and if you look at the armor model, it's got a it's sloped, and it's like a triangle in the front, and people don't know that, so they shoot directly into your front lower plate and it bounces off. just because the armor model is much different than what you physically see. So, oh my goodness, the Matilda just jumped off Cap. Maybe he's afraid because he knows that Combat has quite a few kills. Oh, he's under 10% health. So I think Combat's only real choice is to jump on Cap, because if that Matilda is headed back, then he'll never make it. I mean, so I think, you know, of course he's getting advice from the guys that died for no reason. You know, these two Arties that died, why did they push into the Matilda right away? All they had to do is sit back and two of them go in together and reset once. So anyway, I think this is the right choice, only because I somehow doubt the Matilda can get back. I have a little sip of coffee here. So 6 kills so far, 1200 damage, and this looks like it might be a draw. It's going to be really, really close. I think you need to have 6 or 7 seconds, and so of course there are people that stayed and watched, which is great, but I think it's the peanut gallery, I guess. So it is going to be close. And Combat's explaining he does not have view range, which is absolutely correct. The Matilda would outspot him. And although I'm not sure of the skill level of Matilda that came all the way across the valley, because that's a dangerous endeavor, because the Matilda doesn't have great view range either. And he would have been way better off in A1, where he could just use his pew-pew gun. So some of them are saying, oh yeah, okay, I understand why you're doing what you're doing. So that's great. Let's see. Yeah, oh yeah, he's got it. He does have it, which is no surprise to you guys, right? Because I told you that it was a win. So wow, that's pretty good. 6 kills, bottom tier, 6 kills, 1200 damage, 500 assists. That's a very good game. Let's go to take a look at the after action report, and we'll see. Okay, here we are at the after action report. Yes, he did get an ace tanker. He got Halidon's medal, which is 2 enemy tanks or tank destroyers that are 2 tiers higher than you. That's a quite rare medal to get, actually. Pascucci's, of course, for the 2 Arties. Invader for capping, and a Top Gun, which is great. And one nice thing about HE tanks, you do a lot of module damage. So anyway, let's see here. And he was top of his team, 1108 base XP, 1200 damage, as we mentioned. It looked like that Matilda had a good game, 768 damage. So I don't know why he pulled off Cap. He might have been afraid that the Hetzer was going to come and get him. I don't know. And he ended up making 25,000 credits with premium. You don't make much at tier 4, but you don't spend much on ammo either. So that's the good part of it. So wow. And this is a double. And he must have had something going on. Oh, personal reserves. So 5,000 XP that game. That's a fantastic game. Okay, well, I appreciate you guys watching. Hit the like button for Combat if you would, and subscribe if you'd like to see more tank action. We'll talk to you next time.